and welcome to TTV News with some latest events in the Ninh province. Ladies and gentlemen, on December 25, 2022, the Ministry of Information and Communications and the Ministry of Public Security coordinated with the government's office to organize a national online conference to assess the performances of the government's Project 06 in 2022. Mr. Phạm Minh Chính, Police Bureau member, Prime Minister, chaired the conference.
At Tay Ninh report, conference was chaired by Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the Provincial Appeals Committee, Head of the Working Group implementing Project number 6. Mr. Phạm Minh Chính said 2022 is a difficult year for the country, but so far, positive results have been achieved on all fields. The proportion of exports to foreign countries has been increased. Inflation has been low compared to other countries. This result is thanks to contributions from all sectors and levels, including digital transformation, which is an inevitable trend and objectiveness of the country. The Prime Minister asked delegates attending the conference to re-evaluate what has been done, analyze the causes, and draw lessons on the aspects that have not been done, barriers and obstacles in the process of implementing Project number 6, re-evaluate this work in their branches and units, orientations and solutions in the coming time, ensuring security and safety in the network environment. At the conference, the Ministry of Public Security reported the results of the implementation of the contents of the project in 2022, the direction for 2023. The Ministry of Information and Communications reported the results of digital transformation implementation in 2022, co-report of the units attending the conference. Mr. Phạm Minh Chính assessed the activity in 2022 and asked for continued implementation in 2023. The most important thing is to effectively transform people's awareness and habits. Institutional improvement work is concerned with implementation. Information technology infrastructure, digital platforms continue to develop. Information safety and security continues to be concerned. Human resources of digital transformation are interested in investment, achieving positive results. Digital economy and society have many positive changes. Currently, in the city, there are 27 markets, supermarkets, trade centers, convenience stores, Bách which have met the shopping needs of local people and surrounding areas. In 2022, the members of the steering committee of the campaign in the city have actively propagated and mobilized officials, civil servants, and people in the area to prioritize to choose and use Vietnamese branded products and services, creating conditions for businesses and business households in the area to participate in exhibition booths to introduce potential local products and goods at fairs held in Tay Ninh and other provinces.
Earlier on December 24, a ceremony was held in Bến Cầu district to announce the decisions of the Provincial People's Committee on the pass of Long Phuoc Retes auxiliary border gate, being allowed to carry out cross-border goods trading and exchange activities.
The ceremony was attended by Vice Chairman of Provincial Appeals Committee Dương Văn Thắng, leaders of departments and branches of the province and Bến Cầu district, as well as government and armed forces of Spreading Province Kingdom of Cambodia. The pair of Long Phuoc Retes auxiliary border gates officially put into operation will open a new development in border trade between the two provinces of Tay Ninh's region, contribute to socio-economic development, and jointly manage and build a peaceful and friendly border on the basis of bilateral agreements and the good tradition friendship between the two countries. The ceremony aims to widely announce to the business and people of both sides, create favorable conditions for cross-border trade, and promote socio-economic development in border areas.
The Orient on December 23rd in Bình Dương province, the emulation cluster number 7 of radio and television stations in the southwest conducted a review of the emulations and commendation work in 2022. The conference was hosted by Bình Dương Radio and Television Station, the head units of the emulations cluster this year.
Attending the conference, there were Mr. Nguyễn Hà Yên, Deputy Head of the Department of Radio, Television and Electronic Information of the Ministry of Information and Communications, The 7 emulation cluster in the Southwest region, including radio and television stations of Bình Dương, Bình Thuận, Tây Ninh, Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu, and Đồng Nai, Bình Phước radio television station and newspaper, Ho Chi Minh City television station, and Ho Chi Minh City People's Voice radio. The final report on emulation in 2022 said that basically the units in the cluster ensure the rights, principles, and purpose, comply with the provision of the law on the rights, perform well the function of social criticism, is an essential means of information and propaganda, plays an important role in shaping public opinions, is indeed a means of fast, sensitive, and accurate propaganda, timely and effectively serving the political tastes of the country and locality. Units in the cluster have many reservoirs with high results. During the year, the units in the cluster continue to maintain and improve the quality of the television program, connecting the Southwest and the radio program, harmonizing the Southwest Connect with its own identity of each region, helping the audience has a graphic view of the activities of the land and people in the dynamic and loving Southwest region. In 2023, the cluster will focus on renewing the mode of cooperation in program production, improving the quality of radio and television programs, diversify forms of information, strictly control the affiliate program, ensure the correct implementation of the principles and purpose. Commenting on the trend of listening to and viewing content of the public, leader of the Department of Radio, Television and Electronic Information said that there is a shift in the trend of watching TV and listening to radio from the mode of traditional listening and watching to listening and viewing content posted on the internet through different platforms. Therefore, to meet the needs of the public, stations need to study methods of program production, transmission, and broadcast to adapt to the new trends. The conference will post to award the emulation plaque of the Ministry of Information and Communications to Bình Dương Radio and Television Station and agree to transfer the role of cluster leader to Bình Thuận Radio and Television Station and deputy cluster to Ho Chi Minh City Television Station in 2023. Coming to Sunwell Baden Mountain tourist area in late 2022 and early 2023, along with visiting pagodas and Buddhist ceremonies, visitors will also be immersed in a vibrant festive atmosphere with many special art performances take place right at the top of the mountain, which is known as the Roof of the South. Specifically, on December 30 and 31st, 2022 and January 1st, 2023 at 9 and 10:45 a.m., visitors will be immersed in art performances imbued with the identity of Tay Ninh land. Each show lasts up to 40 minutes. Visitors will enjoy the bustling drums along with the skillful dancers of Tay drum dance repertoire, a unique art form of the Khmer ethnic group, recognized as a national-level intangible cultural heritage. In addition, visitors will also enjoy the Golden Tree Dance, a type of folk performance associated with the belief of mother goddesses of the southern people, and also an indispensable activity in the birthday ceremony of Buddha Linh Sơn Thánh Mẫu, the worship main god on Baden Mountain. The organization of performances of special art forms of the province at Sunwell Baden Mountain tourist area not only brings visitors interesting experience, it is also an activity that contributes to preserving and promoting this type of traditional art of Tay Ninh effectively.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tay Ninh is a province with diversities of ethnicity and religions, with 5 main religions in which Catholics and Protestants, together with other religions in the province, well abide by the party's policies, laws of the state, actively participate in movements and campaigns launched by the Vietnam Fatherland Friends Committee at all levels.
In 2022, the French echelon levels in Tay Ninh province actively and regularly interact with ethnic and religious people, especially dignitaries, positions, religious men, village elders, and reputable people in the ethnic minorities and religions to promptly grasp their thoughts and aspirations, as well as difficulties and obstacles in religious activities and ethnic minorities' life. From there, promptly report to the party committee, propose and recommend to competent state agencies to set up properly in order to create peace of mind and justice for ethnic and religious people. In 2022, 19 conferences of ethnic and religious content were organized periodically, acknowledge suggestions and proposals related to religious activities and ethnic minority life have been transferred to competent agencies to resolve, reaching 100% to create just and consensus among ethnic and religious people of the province. The Fatherland Branch echelon levels have mobilized religious institutions to well perform the work of helping the poor, contributing to poverty reduction with the locality and taking care of the vulnerable, leaving no one behind. Regarding religious affairs, the party and government are well concerned, especially Protestant. Although it is not a major religion in Tay Ninh, it is cared for and helped administratively, creating conditions for the parishioners to practice religion in Tay Ninh. The party and government have a close relationship with religions in the province. Standing Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Branch Committee of the province mobilized belief and religious establishments to register to participate in the construction of civilized religious belief establishments according to 6 criteria that the Provincial People's Committee has approved. The main religious festivals, different and mass organizations on visit and mobilize religious organizations to observe the party's guidelines and legal policies of the state. Especially in the COVID-affected situation, religious establishments together with the government and the branch have done well in preventing, controlling and pushing back the pandemic and creating safety for people in religious areas. In general, ethnic and religious work in 2022 has been implemented with comprehensive results by the French echelon levels in the province. The Fatherland Branch, with its role as a bridge between the party and state and ethnic and religious people, has performed well in the past year, especially promoting the role of members of the Fatherland Branch committees echelon levels, who are dignitaries, positions, religious believers, people of ethnic races, making an important contribution to propaganda and mobilizing ethnic and religious people to abide by the party's guidelines and the state laws, and actively participate in movements launched by the Fatherland Branch and social political organizations in the locality.
That's all for today's TTV News. Thanks for watching and see you next time.